The drama begins by introducing a little girl. Everyone who saw her would ask her mother, "Is this a boy?" Her mom would reply, "No, this is a girl, and her name is Kim Ju." Friends, Kim Ju was not considered beautiful at all. In fact, she looked like a boy, which is why everyone called her one. Neighbors and relatives constantly mocked her face, but Ju's mom would comfort her, saying, "You will become beautiful when you grow up." One day, when Ju went to school wearing a Cinderella dress, the other children started calling her monster and ugly. This broke Ju's heart. Years later, we see her in high school. She wants to make friends in her class, but no one wants to befriend her. Some mean girls constantly harass Ju and force her to do their work. At the same school, there's a boy who works in the cafeteria. Ju develops a crush on him. One day, she gathers the courage to give him a gift and confess her feelings. But instead of accepting it, the boy becomes furious. He throws her gift away and cruelly tells her, "First, go look at your face in the mirror. You're so ugly," his words shattered Ju. At that very moment, the same mean girls secretly record a video of her. With tears streaming down her face, Ju asks them, "Why do you hate me so much? What have I ever done to you?" But her pain doesn't move them. They share the video with the whole class, and Ju becomes the target of relentless ridicule. Soon after, we see Ju standing on the rooftop of a building, broken and ready to end her life. But just then, a boy rushes to her side and grabs her hand, pulling her back from the edge. In the struggle, Ju's glasses fall off. She tries to see the boy's face, but without her glasses, everything is blurry. This boy is Suho, the male lead of the story. Suho looks at her and says, "What is so unbearable that you're ready to commit suicide? You should never do such a thing. If you can't think of yourself, at least think of your family. What will they do without you?" With that, Suho turns to leave. On his way down, he discovers the elevator is broken, so he takes the stairs. Ju, unable to see clearly, follows behind him, pleading, "Please help me, sir. I can't see anything. I'll fall." And then she trips down the stairs. Suho lifts Ju onto his back and carries her. She whispers, "Thank you, sir, for helping me." Suho replies sharply, "Why do you keep calling me sir? If you say it again, I'll leave you here." Later, he places her gently in a taxi so she can get home safely. When Ju returns home, she finds her mother crying after a fight with her father. Through her own tears, Ju pleads, "Mom, please, get plastic surgery for my face. Everything will be fine if you do." But her mother scolds her, "Why are you talking such nonsense?" In the next scene, Ju watches makeup tutorials on her phone. The following day at school, she shows up with makeup on. But instead of looking pretty, her clumsy attempt makes her look funny and frightening. The students burst out laughing, mocking her even more. At home, even her mother is startled by her face. Ju cries, "Please, Mom, transfer me to another school. I can't go back there. I've become the biggest joke." Her mother finally agrees, saying, "We will return to our old house and you'll transfer to a new school there." Overjoyed, Ju dances with happiness. Later, we see Ju buying makeup products at the market. At home, she practices endlessly, failing again and again, but refusing to give up. She keeps trying until she learns to apply it perfectly. Eventually, Ju's family moves back to their old home. On her first day at the new school, she enters the gates transformed. Her makeup is flawless, and everyone stares in awe, whispering, "How can this girl be so beautiful?" For the first time, Ju begins to believe she might really look beautiful. Meanwhile, the teacher checks the records, expecting the new student to be one admitted for high grades. But that student is not Ju, it's someone else. Soon, Suho walks in, because he is the one who earned admission with his excellent grades. The moment Ju sees him, she is stunned. She has never laid eyes on such a handsome boy. The teacher asks Suho to escort Ju to her class. As Ju follows behind, she accidentally bumps into him. Her makeup smudges onto his uniform. Every girl in school adores Suho, but he shows no interest in anyone. Looking down at his stained shirt, Suho grows angry and orders Ju to clean it. In class, the teacher introduces Ju to her classmates. Everyone warmly welcomes her and compliments her beauty. Everyone except Suho, who sits quietly in his seat. Soon, two girls approach Ju and become friends with her. One is Li, who only befriends beautiful girls. The other is Kang-soo, who herself is very pretty. Later, Ju tries to clean Suho's uniform, but the stain won't wash out because her makeup is waterproof. She apologizes and promises, "I'll get it dry cleaned." Suho brushes her off, saying, "Forget it. Just throw it away," or not before walking away. Li and Kang-soo explain, "That's just how he is." The girls invite Ju to dinner after school. For the first time, she goes out with friends, eats together, and takes a group photo. She can hardly believe it. Finally, she belongs somewhere. That night, Ju chats happily in the group's online chat, but her brother secretly snaps a picture of her without makeup. He threatens, "You might look beautiful at school, but I'll show your friends your real face." Then everyone will know the truth. Desperate, Ju demands, delete it right now or I won't spare you. He smirks and bargains. I'll delete it, but only if you get me the latest volume of You Are the Devil. Reluctantly, Ju agrees, and she rushes to a bookstore where she finds the last copy. Just as she reaches for it, Suho grabs it first. Ju tries to snatch it back, and in the scuffle, they both tumble to the ground. Their eyes meet, and for a brief moment, both are frozen in surprise. Ju wondered to herself, did he recognize me? While Suho was thinking, is this the same girl who tried to commit suicide that day? Ju began to walk away with the comic book, but Suho stopped her, saying, I picked up that book first. Reluctantly, Ju handed it to him and turned to leave. But just then, the shopkeeper brought her a bowl of noodles, insisting, you can't leave until you finish these. Ju panicked. If she ate, Suho might recognize her. But she had no choice. She sat down, eating as fast as she could. Suho came and sat right beside her, sliding the book toward her. As long as you're eating, you can read this comic, he said. Ju quickly finished the noodles and hurried away. Suho couldn't understand why she acted as if they had never met. The shopkeeper came over and casually mentioned her name, telling him, I've known Ju since she was a child. She used to come here often. Later, Ju went to a show to buy makeup and ran into Seo Mi, the very girl who used to bully her. Memories of the torment came rushing back, and Ju burst into tears, running out. Suddenly, a motorbike skidded in front of her, and the rider fell. Concerned, Ju asked, Are you okay? The boy removed his helmet, revealing a strikingly handsome face. This was Han, the second male lead. But Han didn't stay long. He hurried away, chased by a group of boys. In his haste, he handed his helmet to Ju before disappearing. Moments later, the boys cornered Han and began to beat him. Only the sudden arrival of the police saved him. Ju later tried to find him to return the helmet, but when she bumped into Han, he suspiciously demanded, Who are you? Why are you here? Frightened, Ju fled, still carrying his helmet. Meanwhile, Suho was at wrestling practice when his father appeared after 7 long years. But Suho showed no joy. You shouldn't have come, he said coldly. His father pleaded, insisting he cared, but their reunion quickly turned into a fight. Memories of his mother's death flashed through Suho's mind, fueling his anger. After defeating his father, Suho turned to leave. His father called after him, Tomorrow is your birthday. Can we have dinner together? But Suho refused. He couldn't bear anyone knowing he was the son of a famous actor. Back at the comic shop, Ju found a horror book with an old sticker she herself had placed there as a child. Just then, Suho appeared. Move. I need a book too, he said. Startled, Ju tried to avoid him but slipped, falling right into his arms. Suho steadied her and smirked. It seems you have a habit of falling into me. Ju froze. Did he recognize me, she wondered. Desperate, she pleaded, Please don't tell anyone my secret. Suho misunderstood, thinking she meant her suicide attempt, while Ju thought he had discovered her bare face beneath the makeup. The two sat together, talking more openly than before. Ju mentioned her favorite horror comic, and to her surprise, Suho revealed it was his favorite as well. Do you have it? He asked. When Ju nodded, he said, Then bring it for me. He also mentioned that it was his birthday. Ju wished him, and as a token, gave him her childhood sticker, asking him again to keep her secret. Suho promised he would. The next day, Ju's sister Jin dropped her at school. As Ju entered, she almost stumbled but caught herself right in front of Suho, who stared at her coldly. Outside, Jin noticed Ju's teacher, Mr. Moon, tenderly playing with a child, and something about him instantly caught her attention. That evening, Suho stuck Ju's sticker on his lamp at home. Meanwhile, Ju packed Suho's jacket and the horror comic into her bag. On the bus, all the boys called her a beautiful princess, admiring her perfect look. At school, Ju was walking with Li and Kang-soo when a boy roared in on a motorbike, Han. Ju froze. It was the same boy she had met last night. Everyone cheered, whispering that Han, Soo, and Jun had returned to school. Li explained to Ju that Han and Suho were once close friends, but now bitter rivals. In class, Han spotted Ju and immediately recognized her. At the same time, Ju was acting strangely toward Suho, making little gestures, convinced that he already knew her secret. Suho grew annoyed at her behavior. Later, while listening to music, he was startled when Ju leaned close and whispered, Meet me on the roof. Suho followed, irritated. Do you like me? He asked bluntly. Ju quickly denied it. Then why are you acting like we've known each other for years? Stop bothering me. He grabbed his bag and left, leaving Ju relieved. If he said that, then he truly didn't recognize her. Excited, she ran after him and managed to take his bag under a pretext. That evening, Suho called her. Bring my things back, he demanded. Surprised, Ju asked how he had her number. Suho simply replied, It's easy for me to find out anything. He gave her his address and hung up. But Ju was confused. Did he want the comic book or the jacket? Did he call the girl with makeup or the one without it? To test, she applied makeup to only half her face, wore Han's helmet, and went to meet him. When Suho clarified he wanted the comic book, Ju realized he had contacted her barefaced self. Nervously, she excused herself, removed her half makeup in the restroom, and returned. The next morning at school, Ju gave Suho his jacket. Meanwhile, Li's boyfriend hosted a birthday party. Suddenly, someone smeared cake across Ju's face. Panicked, she wouldn't let anyone wipe it off, terrified her makeup would come off with it. She tried to run, but the crowd surrounded her. Just as she was about to break down, Suho stepped in. He threw his jacket over her face and pulled her away to safety. Suho had covered Ju's face with his coat and led her away, leaving her at the restroom. Ju quickly washed her face and reapplied her makeup, and when she came out, she thanked him, only to realize it wasn't Suho at all, but Han. Han asked sharply, "Why haven't you returned my helmet?" Embarrassed, Ju stammered, "I'll definitely bring it back tomorrow," before running away. When she returned to class, her classmates surprised her by apologizing. One girl whispered, "I've never seen Suho help anyone before. You're the first person he's ever helped." Ju's heart raced. Maybe he knows my secret. Maybe that's why he's helping me. Later, she sat with her brother, who also attended the same school. Excited, she began to tell him about Suho, but her brother cut in coldly. "Maybe he's just trying to get revenge on you. You told him such a big lie after all." Fear gripped Ju. When she saw Suho again in the hallway, she panicked and ran, hiding in her classroom. But Suho followed, calmly handing her a notebook the teacher had asked him to deliver. That evening, Suho called her, asking to meet at the comic shop. When Ju arrived, she greeted him nervously. "It's been a long time since we've seen each other," Suho frowned. "I don't think so. We just met, but another girl like you studies at my school. Could she be you?" Ju's heart pounded. She forced a smile and said, "That's my twin sister." Suho narrowed his eyes. "But her name is also Kim Ju." "I'm sure it's you cornered," Ju confessed. "Yes, it's me." "So what will you do now? Will you tell everyone what I look like without makeup? If you want to, go ahead. I'm not afraid of you." With trembling defiance, she turned and left. But at home, her bravado crumbled. Anxiety gnawed at her. What if Suho really did expose her secret? The next morning, she resolved to face him head-on. Yet when she saw him at school, her courage vanished. With folded hands, she pleaded softly, "Please don't tell anyone. I'll do whatever you ask me to." Suho's lips curved into a faint smile. "Fine. From now on, you'll do whatever I say." And he wasted no time testing her promise. During class, he messaged her, "I'm thirsty. Bring me water." Without hesitation, Ju rushed to fetch it. Soon after, she was carrying Suho's belongings upstairs when she bumped into Han again. He asked once more about his helmet, and Ju reassured him, "I'll definitely return it tomorrow." But later that night at home, she discovered her brother had sold the helmet. Furious, she hit him, demanding he fix it. Her brother, Jang, raised his hands defensively. "I'll get it back within a week." Meanwhile, Jin, Ju's older sister, waited outside school thinking about Teacher Moon. When his car broke down nearby, she rushed to him under the pretext of helping. They talked at length, and by the end, Jin had his phone number. The next morning, Ju handed Han a folded note. His friends teased him, thinking it was a love letter, but inside, the message was blunt. "I will return your helmet within a week because my brother sold it." Han's face darkened with anger. Later that day, Ju received another message from Suho. He wanted a comic book delivered within 10 minutes. She ran to the shop, but the last copy had already been bought by a small boy. Desperate, she pleaded for it, but he refused. Thinking quickly, Ju started acting like a zombie to amuse him, and the boy laughed before handing over the book. From a distance, Suho watched, unable to hide a smile at her strange antics. At school the next day, Suho continued to order her around, not even allowing her time to eat properly. Meanwhile, Han visited his mother in the hospital. She scolded him gently, "You shouldn't ride a bike anymore." As Han left, he spotted Suho's father on the road. His expression hardened with fury. He blamed this man for his friend's death. Elsewhere, Ju scrolled through Newgram, smiling at the many likes on her photo. Among them was one from Seo Mi, her old bully. Just then, Suho sent another request for a comic. Ju hurried out, but rain began to pour. She slipped, colliding with a group of boys. They laughed cruelly, calling her ugly when they glimpsed her smeared face. The words cut deep, reopening old wounds. When she finally reached Suho, drenched and limping, he remarked coldly, "You should have brought an umbrella." Determined, Ju answered, "Fine, I'll get one right now." But Suho stopped her. "That's not what I meant." Overwhelmed, Ju broke down. "Then what did you mean? You're just like everyone else. You torment me because I'm weak. You take advantage of it. You shouldn't treat people like this. You're a bad person." Her voice cracked, tears rolled down her face. For the first time, Suho softened. "I'm sorry," he whispered, before noticing her injury. He rushed to get a bandage and gently wrapped her wound. From a distance, Han watched the scene, his jaw tight. The next day, he confronted Suho, his voice sharp with accusation. You took your friend's life and now you live as if nothing happened. He shoved him hard before storming off. Moments later, he sat beside Ju in the cafeteria, declaring, I'll eat here next to you. The sight of it ignited Suho's temper, and soon fists were flying as the rivalry between the two boys exploded into a fight. Han and Suho's fists clashed in anger. Han landed a hard punch on Suho's face, and just as Suho raised his hand to strike back, the teacher stormed in, his voice thundering as he scolded them both for their reckless behavior. Suho walked silently toward his class, but Kang-soo intercepted him. She pressed with curiosity, What happened between you and Han? Why were you fighting like that? Is all this because of Seyeon? Suho remained cold and distant, refusing to answer. Inside the classroom, whispers filled the air. Classmates turned to Ju, teasing, Han and Suho both like you. Who will you choose? Ju, flustered, shook her head. You're all misunderstanding. It's not like that. Later, Suho confronted Han directly. What do you want? Han's reply was blunt. I just want you to stay away from me. That evening, Suho sat alone at the comic shop, his eyes clouded with sorrow. Memories from his childhood resurfaced, him sitting in that same place, lonely and sad, until a little girl had appeared, trying to cheer him up. That girl had been Ju, and now fate had brought her back to him. Ju walked in, pretending casually. I was just passing by. She urged softly, You and Han should make up. And thank you. You've been protecting my secret, my face without makeup. You're my defender. Her gratitude lingered in the air as Suho watched her with conflicted eyes. Meanwhile, Jin sat waiting outside the school, hoping to see Teacher Moon, but today he did not appear. Back in class, the teacher called Kang-soo, Suho, board for math problems. Ju struggled with her own question and quietly asked Suho for help, but he ignored her, solving his problem and walking away. Embarrassed, Ju still couldn't solve it, and Han laughed out loud. The teacher, annoyed, turned to Han. If you find it so funny, then you solve it. Later, Li and Kang-soo encouraged Ju to join a math academy. They even invited Suho, but he refused and started to leave. As he walked away, Li teasingly showed Ju a picture of a boy and asked her to go on a date with him. Ju agreed without hesitation. Standing nearby, Suho overheard everything, his jaw clenched with jealousy. That evening, Ju rode the bus home. To her surprise, Suho boarded the same bus. They chatted lightly until a message arrived on Ju's phone. It was from the boy she had agreed to meet. Suho's voice grew stern. You should focus on your studies, not waste time on dates. Ju defended herself softly. I just want to experience life, to know what it feels like to go on a date. She leaned closer, whispering, Do blind dates happen during the day or at night? Suho's jealousy flared, but before he could answer, another boy sat between them, stealing Ju's attention. Frustrated, Suho stood and left the bus, anger boiling inside him. The next day, Ju's mom gave her a facial in preparation for her date. Suddenly, Han arrived with his mother, who happened to be Ju's mom's best friend. Shocked, Ju panicked and quickly smeared the face pack on herself to hide her bare skin. But in her clumsy hurry, she slipped off the bed. Han saw her clearly and recognized her. Inside, the mothers chatted happily, proud their children went to the same school. Ju's mom praised Han, calling him handsome. Han, mischievous, said, Joe is going on a date with a boy today. Ju's mom's smile disappeared as she scolded her daughter. But Ju snapped back, Your son still rides his bike dangerously. He almost caused an accident with me once. Outside, Han confronted her. From now on, don't tell my mom anything about me. Ju smirked. Fine. I won't. I'm perfect at keeping secrets. That evening, Ju dressed up and met her date. They watched a movie together, unaware that Suho was secretly following, watching every moment. After the film, the boy asked Ju to meet again, but as soon as she left, he called his real girlfriend. From the shadows, Suho stood watching, fury burning in his chest. Later at home, Ju received a message from the boy. Sorry, I lied. I already have a girlfriend. Her heart sank. Her sister tried to comfort her. He rejected you, but don't worry. It's hard to find a good person on a blind date. But the truth was darker. Suho had taken the boy's phone, sent the cruel message, and even beaten him up. At school the next day, Ju snapped a picture of Han's bike and teased, You should listen to your mom. Han smirked, pulling out his phone and showing her a secret picture he had taken of her with the face pack. Delete my picture now, or I'll show yours to the whole school. Their standoff was interrupted by Suho, who glared at Ju. Don't waste your time on useless things. Concentrate on your studies. But it was already too late. Han revealed Ju's picture to the entire class, and laughter erupted around her. Humiliated, Ju plotted revenge. She slipped Han's bike keys from his pocket and dashed away. Han chased after her furiously, and just as the tension rose, Suho appeared. The two boys locked eyes, rage simmering between them. Afraid another fight would erupt, Ju shouted, "Stop it! Don't fight again. You go your way, you go yours, and I'll go mine." Later, Ju and her friends gathered for a group study session. To everyone's surprise, Suho was already there. Kang-soo raised her brows. "Didn't you refuse to study with us?" Suho answered coolly, "When did I ever say that?" After studying, they all headed to a karaoke bar, singing and laughing together. Outside, Ju spotted Han's bike. Annoyed, she began kicking it until Han arrived. "What are you doing?" he demanded. Just then, Ju noticed Suho nearby, shopping at a store. Panicked, she grabbed Han's arm and pulled him away before the boys could clash again. But Suho had already seen. That night, Han's enemies appeared, forcing him and Ju to run. The gang chased them through the streets. Suho, seeing the danger, ran after them. While Ju and Han managed to hide, Suho found himself surrounded. Mistaken for Han's ally, he was cornered, but with swift, powerful blows, he fought them off. Eventually, Han escorted Ju home since she had no money. But waiting outside her house was Suho. His face twisted with anger. "Why did you bring her home?" he demanded. Han fired back, "First, why are you here outside her house?" The two of them clashed again until Jin appeared, stumbling and drunk. Both boys rushed to help her, and in the chaos, Jin vomited all over Suho's clothes. Ju hurried to him. "Don't worry. I'll wash your clothes and return them nicely." Han looked straight at Suho, his tone sharp. "Do you like Ju?" Suho shot back, "You tell me, why are you always hovering around her?" "Do you like her?" Han smirked. "I can at least try." The next morning at school, Han approached Ju with surprising sincerity. Handing her his bike keys, he said, "I'll listen to you from now on. I'll do whatever you say." Standing nearby, Suho's eyes darkened as he watched. When Ju started to follow Han, Suho seized her hand firmly. "Don't go after him." Ju asked him if there was something he wanted to say, but Suho quickly changed the topic. In class, Ju tried to return Han's keys, but he refused. Instead, he told her that from now on, he would listen to everything she said and wouldn't ride his bike anymore. He even gave her a bottle of lemon juice before sitting down. Ju replied that she only liked strawberry juice and never drank lemon. Suho, watching all this unfold, grew angrier at Han's actions. The other students now began whispering that Ju and Han must definitely like each other. Later, in the chemistry lab, Suho pulled Ju to sit beside him and quietly handed her a strawberry juice. Ju's heart fluttered as she thought, "Maybe he's starting to like me." During lunch, Han once again sat down next to Ju, irritating her, while some girls secretly snapped pictures of them together. Elsewhere in school, a girl named Ju-hee, who looked strikingly similar to Ju, was being bullied. The girls told her not to join the singing competition because she wasn't pretty enough. Ju stood nearby, silently watching. Later, on the bus with Kang-soo, Ju grew nervous when Seo-mi suddenly appeared. Seo-mi recognized her from social media, calling her beautiful, but Kang-soo quickly pulled Ju away and got off the bus. That evening, Suho called Ju outside to return his jacket. Ju explained it wasn't dry yet, but she would bring it later. As she was about to leave, Suho asked her to play basketball with him. While playing, Ju slipped, and Suho caught her. As she tried to move away, Suho suddenly pulled her into a hug. Shocked, Ju asked why he did that. Flustered, Suho quickly made an excuse, saying he just wanted her to smell his new perfume. The next day, Ju found those same girls bullying Ju-hee again. She stepped in, threw water at them, and warned them to leave Ju-hee alone, declaring, "That girl is my sister." Ju-hee later thanked Ja, but confessed she no longer wanted to perform on stage because she feared everyone would mock her face. Ju encouraged her to go on, promising to help. Determined, Ju sat at a bus stop watching makeup tutorials so she could prepare Ju-hee for her performance. Just then, Suho appeared. As she explained Ju-hee's situation, Ju admitted she sometimes felt even uglier than her without makeup. Suho told her that wasn't true, that she was beautiful in real life, even without makeup. On the bus later, Ju couldn't stop thinking about his words. Does he actually like me? She texted him, asking if they could watch a movie together tomorrow. Suho's heart lit up, and he happily said yes. Reading his reply, Ju was overjoyed. Meanwhile, Suho went to return Han's key, which he had taken from Ju. He told Han not to involve Ju in their fight, admitting that he liked her. Han smirked, asking if he was afraid of losing her. Suho confronted him, demanding to know how long he would blame him for Se-yeon's death. Han coldly replied, "Until you die. Se-yeon's death is on you, and if Ju finds out, she'll think you're a criminal." Elsewhere, Jin had invited Teacher Moon to dinner. To his shock, she confessed her love to him. At school, Ju did Ju-hee's makeup for the competition. When Ju-hee stepped on stage, everyone was stunned by her beauty and voice. Even Ju's brother seemed captivated, perhaps already starting to like her. Afterward, Ju learned that Ju-hee was actually Han's sister. Later, Ju asked Soo-ho when they would watch the movie. But instead of keeping their plan, Soo-ho coldly told her that she had misunderstood. He had only been nice because he felt sorry for her. Ju's heart broke. Through tears, she told him to stop pitying her and walked away, unaware that Han was secretly listening nearby. A basketball match was held between Soo-ho's team and Han's team. Soo-ho's side won. Afterwards, Soo-ho told Han that he was right. Everything was his fault, but warned him not to involve Ju again. If he did, Soo-ho would no longer hold back. Later that night, Ju and her friends attended a live music performance. On stage, a group performed a song written by Seon, the boy who had committed suicide a year earlier. The crowd murmured about his tragic story. Kang-soo explained that Seon had been Han and Soo-ho's best friend, but ever since his death, Han had hated Soo-ho. Hearing the song, Soo-ho's chest tightened as memories of that day flooded back. He remembered how Se-yeon had called him just before jumping, but he hadn't picked up. The guilt overwhelmed him, and his health began to falter. Ju rushed to his side, asking what was wrong, but Soo-ho walked away silently. Back home, Ju noticed a familiar tag on Soo-ho's jacket, the same one worn by the boy who had once saved her life. Realization struck. Soo-ho had been the one to rescue her that day. She ran outside to find him, but couldn't. Finally, she climbed to the rooftop of the same building where she once considered ending her life. There, she found Soo-ho sitting alone, crying. With trembling words, he confessed, "Se-yeon ended his life by jumping from here." She hugged him tightly, whispering that she knew everything about Se-yeon now. The two of them sat together, talking for a long time. Just then, people rushed onto the terrace, shouting about a fire in the building, and Soo-ho and Ju quickly escaped together. Later, Soo-ho's father came to visit. He told his son that he had been invited to school for a parent-teacher meeting, but Soo-ho begged him not to go, saying he didn't want anyone to know they were related. When Ju arrived at school the next morning, she crossed paths with Soo-ho and immediately turned away. At that moment, Han appeared and blocked her way, asking where she was going. Ju snapped at him to stop bothering her and walked off. In class, the teacher began handing out report cards. Ju's grades were very poor and she grew anxious. Her worries deepened when her mother suddenly arrived at school. The teacher showed her mother the report card, and Ju's mom grew furious. She pulled a handheld fan from her bag, and when she switched it on, the strong wind blew the teacher's hair back, revealing his light-colored eyebrows. Spotting them, Ju's mother handed him a card for her beauty parlor, insisting he come by. Despite Soo-ho's warnings, his father showed up at school anyway, shocking everyone. The most excited was Ju's mom, who rushed over to get his autograph while Ju cringed in embarrassment. Then Soo-ho's father himself revealed that Soo-ho was his son, leaving everyone stunned. But Soo-ho, humiliated and furious, stormed off. On his way out, Han crossed paths with Soo-ho's father, glaring at him with cold anger. Soon after, Soo-ho confronted his father, telling him he shouldn't have come. But Ju's mom appeared again, chattering away and making the situation even more embarrassing for Soo-ho. The conversation turned to Se-yeon. Han accused Soo-ho's father of ruining him, reminding him that Se-yeon's father had once been part of his company, but was thrown out because of rumors. Soo-ho's father admitted he had expelled Se-yeon's father to protect his company's reputation. At home, Ju's mom tried to throw away all of Ju's makeup, but Ju begged her not to and promised to improve her grades. Across town, Kang-soo was also being scolded by her father for her poor results. Back at school, Ju and Soo-ho sat together in the chemistry lab, both focused on studying, yet neither speaking to the other. Meanwhile, at Han's house, he was dancing in shorts decorated with tigers when he suddenly noticed Ju sitting nearby, doing her sister's makeup. Mortified, he tried to slip away quietly, but Ju teased him, saying she hadn't seen his shorts. Embarrassed, Han ran to his room. Later, Ju joked about the shorts again, teasing him before leaving. When Ju returned home, she was shocked to see Soo-ho already there. Her mother proudly told her she had invited him for dinner, treating him like family. Ju scolded her mother for doing so, but they all sat down to eat together. Suddenly, Jin staggered and drunk, stepped on a wire, and caused a blackout. When Ju turned on her phone's flashlight, she found Soo-ho on the floor with everyone piled on top of him, while her sister was devouring food like crazy. Embarrassed, Ju later walked Soo-ho outside, apologized, and asked him to go home. At a show later on, Ju ran into Seo-mi, who recognized her without makeup and began insulting her. Ju ignored her and tried to leave quickly, but accidentally dropped her wallet, which contained her school ID. Seo-mi picked it up and was about to open it when Soo-ho appeared, snatching it away and returning it to Ju. Grateful but conflicted, Ju told him he didn't need to keep helping her out of pity. Soo-ho tried to explain, but when Han showed up, he quickly hid Ju under his cape and told her to go home. That same evening, Han encountered the boys who usually bullied him, But this time, instead of fighting, they only talked. One of them turned out to be Seo Mi's boyfriend. Elsewhere, teacher Moon arrived at Ju's mom's beauty parlor, but when Jin unexpectedly showed up, he panicked and ran off. Jin chased after him in the rain, clutching her umbrella. At school, Han looked at Ju's photo on his phone. When Ju came by and teased him, he couldn't take his eyes off her. Maybe without realizing it, he was beginning to fall for her. Meanwhile, Seo Mi's boyfriend found the photo of Han and Ju online and assumed Ju was Han's girlfriend. Later, Han visited the hospital to pay his mother's bill, only to learn Suho had already taken care of it. That night, as Ju was walking home, Seo Mi's boyfriend and his group appeared and kidnapped her. At the same time, Han thanked Suho for paying his mom's bill and told him he didn't need to interfere anymore. Just then, Han's phone rang. Seo Mi's boyfriend sneered, telling him he had kidnapped his girlfriend. Furious, Han and Suho rushed together to rescue her. The boys had taken Ju to a karaoke place. Thinking quickly, she snapped a picture of the location and sent it to her friends, who immediately began worrying and set out to find her. When Suho and Han arrived, a brutal fight erupted. Suho fought fiercely, taking down the boys one after another. Then, Kang-soo and Li also burst in to help. The next morning at the school, the teacher was punishing Han's friends, convinced they were the ones who had caused the fight at the karaoke place the night before. But Han stepped forward, admitting it was his fault, not theirs. Moments later, Ju and her friends also arrived, bravely telling the teacher they too had been involved. One by one, they all began writing apology notes. Kang-soo turned to Han and told him bluntly, "You should apologize to Ju. Everything happened because of you. Those boys thought she was your girlfriend, and that's why they kidnapped her." Later, Han stood in the restroom with Suho. He said quietly, "It doesn't matter what kind of relationship we have, but my mom's issue is different. I am thankful to you for helping me, but from now on, you don't need to worry about me." Suho didn't reply. Exhausted, he simply leaned his head against Han's shoulder, too tired to say a word. On his way home, Suho was stopped by Ju. She asked him shyly, "Can you come to the comic shop with me?" But Suho shook his head and told her firmly, "You should just focus on your studies." Then, after a pause, he added, "Meet me at the study cafe tonight. We'll study together there." Hearing this, Ju's heart filled with joy. At home, Ju couldn't stop smiling, lost in her thoughts of Suho. She imagined him standing beside her until her mother's voice cut through her daydream, scolding her to focus on her studies. That evening, Ju arrived at the study cafe, where Suho was already waiting, asleep at the table. She sat down beside him and whispered to herself, "You look so handsome even when you're sleeping." Just then, Suho's eyes opened. For a brief moment, their gazes locked, unspoken feelings hanging in the air. But the moment ended when Ju's friends arrived. Suho straightened up and scolded her. "Did you come here to study or to sleep?" They studied together, but soon everyone began leaving. As Ju and Kang-soo were heading out, Seo Mi's boyfriend appeared. He had come to apologize, but Ju panicked and sprayed pepper spray in his face. In truth, he only came because Suho had been threatening him for days, following him everywhere, making sure he wouldn't dare trouble Ju again. Soon after, Ju faced another exam. This time, she believed it had gone better. To relax afterward, she went with Li to watch her favorite baseball player, Ju Hyung. Li's boyfriend and Suho also came. After the game, as they were leaving, Ju Hyung noticed Ju, captivated instantly. He walked up to her and asked for her number. From afar, Suho watched, his face darkening with jealousy. When Ju Hyung left, Suho scolded her, "You shouldn't give your number to just anyone," and stormed away. Elsewhere, Ju's brother approached Ju Hee as she was singing in her classroom. "Your voice and your face are both very beautiful," he told her, but Ju Hee dismissed him as crazy and walked out. At baseball practice, Li's boyfriend confronted Suho. "I know you like Ju," he said plainly. "That day when Ju Hyung asked for her number, you looked so jealous. Let me give you some advice. I know how to impress girls." Meanwhile, Ju Hyung invited Ju out on a date. They talked for a long time and he shared stories about his life. Not long after, Ju's exam results came out. Once again, her rank was low. Kang-soo's results were also poor, and in frustration, she left class abruptly. Suho followed, asking her what was wrong, but she stayed silent. What no one knew was that Kang-soo had been his childhood friend, which is why Suho cared so much about her. Back at school, Ju Hyung made a dramatic entrance that left all the girls stunned. But he only came to see Ju. He walked straight into her classroom, handed her a baseball, and left, leaving the entire class in shock. From afar, Suho saw it all. At that very moment, another girl approached him, confessing she had liked him for a long time. Ju stood at a distance, her heart aching as she overheard, but Suho rejected the confession, telling the girl that he already liked someone else. At home that night, Ju discovered that her mother had thrown all her makeup away again, furious at her poor grades. "From now on, you will not wear makeup," her mother ordered. Bursting into tears, Ju cried, "You don't know how much I've had to endure because of this ugly face." Outside, Suho was waiting. He found her crying and gently took her to the comic shop. There, she poured her heart out, telling him everything her mother had done. Suho looked at her and said softly, "This time, your grades are better than before. I know you tried your best. I'm proud of you." Ju frowned, asking, "Why do I feel like you're making fun of me?" On the way home, a bug landed on Ju's leg. Suho tried to brush it away and told her to sit down, but instead, Ju climbed onto his shoulders. Flustered, he muttered, "I didn't ask you to sit on me." "I asked you to sit on the chair in front of you," embarrassed. Ju quickly got off and started walking away, but Suho stopped her, tucked a hairpin into her hair, and quietly said goodbye. The next day at school, Suho waited for Ju outside her classroom, but before she arrived, Kang-soo appeared. Seeing him, she turned to leave, but Suho followed. He asked her why she looked so upset. With tears in her eyes, Kang-soo confessed, "Why does my dad always compare me to you? He beats me whenever my grades are low." Overcome, she broke down crying, and Suho hugged her. At that moment, Ju walked in and saw them together. In class, Suho asked Ju to sit next to him, but she ignored him and sat elsewhere. In her mind, she thought bitterly that Suho must like Kang-soo, not her. At home, Ju sulked in her room. She tore at her doll, muttering, "If he likes someone else, he should have told me. And why did he give me that hairpin? He's a complete idiot." Later, Ju went to the mall with Han to buy a birthday gift for Ju-hee. While shopping, she got a call from Suho asking where she was. When she told him she was at the mall with Han, he grew furious. At the store, Ju tried lipstick shades on Han, making him uncomfortable. Suddenly, Suho appeared and tried to pull Ju away. Han stopped him, demanding, "Where are you taking her?" The three of them ended up together in the elevator until Ju, desperate to use the restroom, bolted as soon as the doors opened. Outside the mall, she ran into Ju-hyung again. They sat together, talking, and Ju admitted to him that she liked someone else. Meanwhile, Suho went to watch Ju-hyung's final match, hoping Ju would be there. Han showed up too, and the two sat together, watching the game side by side. Ju, watching the broadcast on TV, was stunned to see them. After the game, Suho asked Han, "Why did you come here today?" Han replied coldly, "I came for Ju. I heard she would be here." Rage flickered in Suho's eyes as the two of them stared each other down, the tension between them sharper than ever. Suho stood in a jewelry store, carefully choosing a necklace. His heart raced with the decision he had made. He was finally going to confess his feelings to Ju. Meanwhile, Ju was packing for the upcoming school trip. Her brother teased her, asking, "How are things between you and Suho? Did he finally tell you that he likes you?" Ju quickly brushed it off, insisting, "It's nothing like that. We're just good friends." The trip began with laughter and chatter as everyone boarded the bus. But tension brewed when Lee noticed Ju and Han wearing the same t-shirt, loudly declaring them a couple. Suho, standing nearby, clenched his fists, jealousy flashing in his eyes. On the bus, he asked Ju to sit beside him, but before she could, Kang-soo slipped into the seat. Left with no choice, Ju sat next to Han, and Suho could only watch in frustration. Even after they reached their destination, whenever Suho tried to speak to her, Ju turned away. Later in the tent, Ju overheard her friends talking. She discovered that Kang-soo had known Suho since childhood and had secretly liked him all along. Lee encouraged Kang-soo to confess her feelings. Hearing this, Ju's heart sank, and she struggled to hide her disappointment. During a game, Ju was placed on Han's team, while Kang-soo joined Suho's. At one point, Han lifted Ju in the air. Suho's jealousy boiled over, and he stormed forward, ready to stop them, but Lee's boyfriend held him back. In the end, Suho's team won, and Kang-soo, recalling Lee's words, began to wonder if her feelings for Suho had always been deeper than she admitted. Elsewhere, Ju's sister was working at an entertainment company secretly owned by Suho's father. Jin planned to re-release Saeyeon's album and needed the singer Leo to make it possible. Mistakenly, she believed Han was Leo, but Han refused, convinced that Saeyeon's death was tied to Suho's father. That night, Suho pulled Ju aside and led her into the quiet woods. "Why do I feel like you're avoiding me?" he asked. Ju shook her head quickly. "That's not true." By chance, they found a boat and climbed in together. Ju took playful selfies, teasing him until, to her surprise, Suho leaned in and joined her. But the light moment ended when a bug landed on her face, and in her panic, she toppled into the water. On the other side of the forest, Han wandered with his friends. When Ju emerged from the water, her makeup had washed away completely. Embarrassed, she tried to cover her face, but Suho offered, "I'll get your bag." Ju refused. insisting she could manage. Just then, Kang-soo appeared. Ju ducked behind Suho, hiding, while Kang-soo asked, "Why are your clothes wet?" Suho replied calmly, "I slipped." Without another word, he left with her, keeping Ju's secret safe. Soon after, Han's friends spotted Ju's pale, makeup-free face and screamed, convinced she was a ghost. Han rushed over and fainted the moment he saw her. The next morning, on the bus ride back, Ju dozed off with a fever. Han gently gave her medicine, then placed a flower bracelet on her wrist. When Suho arrived moments later, Han quickly shifted Ju's head onto his own shoulder. Rage flared between the two boys, and they clashed. Suho shouted, "I've liked Ju for a long time." Han fired back, "I don't care. I'll keep confessing my feelings to her no matter what." That night, everyone gathered for music and laughter. When Han's friends asked him to sing, he performed a love song, his eyes on Ju. But Ju, despite his voice, only looked at Suho from afar. Kang-soo slid into the seat next to him, and Ju, unable to watch, slipped away. Lily's boyfriend found her and handed her Suho's jacket. "Give this to him," he said, pointing her toward where Suho was. But when Ju finally went, she discovered Kang-soo there instead. Kang-soo had taken the jacket. Alone, Ju broke down in tears. Han found her, and she confessed, "I like Suho, but he likes Kang-soo." Han's heart shattered, yet he wiped her tears tenderly. From a distance, Suho stood watching, his chest tightening. When he finally approached, he asked, "Why were you crying?" "Was it because of Han? Do you like him?" Ju snapped back, "Why do you care? You like Kang-soo, don't you?" Suho opened his mouth to explain, but before he could, their classmates appeared, forcing Ju to cover her bare face and flee. The others chased after her, shouting about a ghost. But Suho slipped away and caught her first. Pulling her into hiding, he looked at her trembling face and, without hesitation, kissed her. "I like you," he whispered. Ju's eyes widened in disbelief. "You're lying. This must be a joke." He took out the necklace he had bought and gently clasped it around her neck. "I genuinely like you," he said. At last, Ju's defenses crumbled. "I like you very much too," she admitted softly, before turning away shyly, her cheeks burning. Suho finally confessed his feelings to Ju, and to his relief, Ju admitted she liked him just as much. Shy and overwhelmed, she quickly walked away, her heart fluttering as she wondered if it was all just a dream. But as she walked, she saw Kang-soo approaching. Panic filled her. She wasn't wearing makeup. Covering her face, Ju broke down and revealed everything to Kang-soo, confessing how she had been bullied in her old school for her looks and how makeup became her shield. Kang-soo listened quietly and embraced her, covering Ju's face with her own hands before guiding her back to the tent. The next morning, Suho walked into school with a rare smile on his face. The entire class froze, shocked to see him so cheerful. During class, he offered Ju a strawberry juice, but to his surprise, she snapped at him and stormed out. Across the hall, Han sat in silence, too heartbroken to even attend his class, still reeling from the fact that Ju had chosen Suho. At lunch, Suho approached Ju again, but she immediately stood up and left. Lily's boyfriend leaned over and whispered, "I think Ju is avoiding you. Maybe she rejected you." Later outside the school, Suho stopped Ju. "Why are you ignoring me?" he demanded. Ju lowered her eyes. "I just don't want anyone to know about us." One evening, the two went to a restaurant together. Suho lovingly fed Ju, but their moment was interrupted when her classmates arrived. Suho quickly ducked under the table, unseen, but the classmates left whispering, now certain that Ju had a boyfriend. The following morning, Ju waited sleepily at the bus stop. Han appeared, and she leaned on his shoulder, asking softly, "Why don't you ride your bike anymore?" "Did you stop because of me?" Han shook his head. "No, I stopped because of my mom." Back in class, rumors spread quickly. Everyone questioned Ju about her mysterious boyfriend. Flustered, she denied everything. Later, she visited a comic shop with Suho, where she asked, "Why do you even like me? I'm not pretty, and my grades are awful." Suho looked at her gently. "None of that matters. I like you just the way you are." The next day, Kang-soo noticed Ju wearing the necklace Suho had given her. Recognition flashed across her face. She had once returned that same necklace to Suho after he lost it during the trip. Realizing what it meant, her heart sank. Meanwhile, Ju began searching for a part-time job to save money for Makeup Academy. At a studio, she unexpectedly ran into Han, who was modeling for a photo shoot. When the photographer asked Ju to pose with him, she refused at first, but agreed after being offered payment. During the shoot, Han leaned close, their chemistry undeniable, and the moment left Ju shaken. That evening, Suho had dinner with Kang-soo's family. When her father scolded her harshly about her grades, Suho quickly made up an excuse and led her away, sparing her humiliation. Elsewhere, Ju and Han shared dinner together. She admitted her struggle to find work and revealed that she and Soo-ho were officially together. Han forced a smile but encouraged her. Then tell everyone about it. Don't keep it hidden. His words made Ju uneasy, realizing she might be hurting Han by keeping her relationship a secret. That night, Soo-ho crossed paths with Ju's father, who had stormed out after a fight with his wife. Soo-ho invited him home, and the two spent the night watching TV together, laughing like family. By morning, Soo-ho gently urged him to return home. Meanwhile, Ju's brother had fallen completely in love with Ju-hee, to the point that he began imagining her everywhere, even in his own sister. Back at school, Han found Ju and told her he had secured a coffee shop job for her. Grateful, Ju thanked him warmly, but the moment was cut short when Soo-ho appeared and pulled her away. At her new job, Ju burned her hand. When Han heard, he rushed to the cafe in concern, but by the time he arrived, she had already gone. On his way out, he bumped into Seo-mi. His chain fell during the encounter, and Seo-mi slyly picked it up, realizing something important about him. Later, Soo-ho brought Ju to his home and showed her a hidden practice room that once belonged to Se-yeon. He told her it was where he, Han, and Se-yeon used to rehearse together. That evening, they sat down for dinner, unaware that Ju's father was still hiding there, never having gone home. When Soo-ho leaned in, ready to kiss Ju during a horror movie, her father suddenly crawled out from under the table. Startled, Ju panicked and struck him on the head with a pot, knocking him to the floor. Shocked and terrified, Ju rushes to his side, her heart pounding with guilt and confusion. Later, as the two walk home in silence, her father breaks the uneasy air and asks, "What were you doing at Soo-ho's house?" His tone is serious, his eyes full of suspicion. Gathering courage, Ju confesses softly, "I'm dating Soo-ho." Her words hang in the air like a heavy truth. Then she looks at her father and asks in return, "What were you doing there?" Her father sighs deeply and tells her everything, his secret reasons for being at Soo-ho's home. Both of them, realizing how dangerous their secrets are, promise each other to never speak a word about what happened. The next morning, sunlight filters through the window as Ju meets her close friend, Kang-soo. She is just about to tell Kang-soo the truth, about Soo-ho, about everything. But before she can, Kang-soo smiles shyly and says, "Ju, I've liked Soo-ho ever since we were friends, and now I've decided to tell him how I feel." Ju freezes. Her heart sinks. The words she was about to say vanish from her lips. She forces a small smile, but deep inside, she's torn apart. That night, unable to bear the weight of her secret, Ju tosses and turns, unable to sleep. Meanwhile, in a comic shop across town, Ju's brother arrives, having discovered that Ju-hee works there. Determined to impress her, he straightens his hair and puts on his best smile. Just then, Han enters, holding a lunchbox, his smile easy and familiar. He's brought food for Ju-hee, but Ju's brother misunderstands. Seeing Han with her, he jumps to the conclusion that Han is her boyfriend. Panicking, he hides his face and slips away quietly. Time passes, and we see Ju and Kang-soo walking through a busy marketplace. Laughter fills the air as Kang-soo picks out a cape, her eyes shining. "I'm going to gift this to Soo-ho," she says, "and finally tell him how I feel." Ju's chest tightens, but she forces a smile. "That's great," she says softly. She's happy for her friend. Or at least she tries to be. After shopping, Ju is about to leave for work when Kang-soo hands her a small gift. "Something to cheer you up," she says warmly. Ju thanks her and heads to her part-time job, a small, cozy cafe. But when she arrives, she freezes again. Han is there, working alongside her. It turns out Han has taken this job just to spend more time with Ju. That night, as they walk home together, Ju finally opens up. Kang-soo also likes Soo-ho, she confesses, but she doesn't know that I'm dating him. If I tell her, our friendship will break. Han listens quietly, then says with calm wisdom, "If you care about your friend that much, maybe you should break up with Soo-ho." Sometimes friendship is more important than love. When they reach her house, Han runs into Ju's mom outside. Smiling kindly, she invites him in for dinner. Han hesitates, but accepts. Inside, he's surprised to find Soo-ho already sitting at the table. Ju's dad had invited him over. The dinner begins awkwardly. Everyone sits together, folding dumplings. Soo-ho glances at Ju, his voice calm but curious. "Where were you coming from so late with Han?" he asks. Caught off guard, Ju explains that she and Han work together part-time. Soo-ho nods, but his eyes drift to her room. Curious, he steps inside and notices a few old childhood photos on the wall. One in particular catches his eye, a little girl smiling beside a comic shop. He picks it up, studying it closely. Ju quickly snatches the photo back, but in the rush, she stumbles and falls on top of Soo-ho. Their eyes meet, hearts racing. And just then, her father bursts into the room. Ju! He shouts, pulling her away from Suho in disbelief. Later that evening, Suho and Han help carry the dining table downstairs. The air between them grows tense. Suho finally asks, "Why are you always around her?" Han frowns, his voice rising. "Because she's my friend." The tension snaps, and a heated fight breaks out. Plates crash, chairs topple. Everyone rushes in, horrified. Ju's mother, furious and disappointed, scolds them both and sends them home. That night, Suho sits alone, staring at the photo of young Ju. Realization dawns. She's the same girl he used to meet at the comic shop all those years ago. His heart softens, and a faint smile touches his lips. The next morning at school, whispers fill the halls. Everyone's looking at Ju and Han, giggling, pointing. Someone has leaked their photo shoot pictures online, and now the whole school thinks they're a couple. Ju and Han try to explain, "We're just friends," but the rumors spread like wildfire. When Suho hears about it, his jealousy burns. He calls Ju to the terrace and demands, "Why didn't you tell me about those photos?" Ju tries to explain, "I was going to tell you," but he cuts her off sharply. "You and Han can't be friends anymore." Ju's eyes fill with hurt. "Kang-soo is your friend too," she replies, "but I never said anything to you." Her voice trembles. She turns away, tears glistening, and leaves him standing there, speechless. Meanwhile, at her office, Ju's sister discovers something shocking. The company has released Seon's song, but under a different singer's name. Furious and heartbroken, she storms to the manager's office to confront him, but the manager refuses to let her in. Elsewhere, Kang-soo visits Suho's house. Smiling nervously, she hands him the cape she bought. "This is for you," she says softly, but Suho steps back. "I can't accept this, he says. "I already have a girlfriend." His words are gentle but final. Kang-soo's smile fades, her heart breaking silently. She leaves, tears glistening in her eyes. Later, Suho tries to call Ju, but she doesn't pick up. The call ends. Silence. That night, he waits outside and calls her again, asking to meet. When Ju arrives, he says firmly, "You can't work with Han anymore. You should quit this job." His words cut deep. "Why are you doing this?" she asks, voice trembling. But he has no answer, only jealousy and fear in his eyes. Hurt and frustrated, Ju turns away and walks off. She returns home and finally breaks down, crying in her room. Across town, Suho sits in his dark apartment, just as broken. The next day, Ju's sister arrives at Suho's father's house, demanding answers about Seon's stolen song. Her voice is sharp with anger, but Suho's father looks confused. He truly knows nothing. Suddenly, Suho walks in and overhears everything. His eyes widen, his jaw tightens. Furious and betrayed, he storms out of the house. At the same time, Han, who has also learned about the stolen song, rushes to meet Suho's father to confront him. But fate intervenes. On the way, he crosses paths with Suho. The two stop, words collide, tempers flare, and then, out of nowhere, a blinding flash of headlights. A car speeds toward them. Tires screech. A crash echoes through the night. Suddenly, time rewinds. We're pulled into a memory from the past. The sound of laughter, guitars, and soft singing fills a small music studio. Here, Han, Suho, and Seon are inseparable. Three young dreamers bonded by friendship and music. They compose songs together, chasing dreams of stardom. Seon, full of hope, is about to debut his first song under Suho's father's company. Suho and Han congratulate him, their eyes full of pride. But their happiness doesn't last long. One day, dark rumors spread, lies claiming that Seon had bullied a student. The internet turns against him. The company cancels his debut, and the dream they built together shatters overnight. Seon falls into deep depression. Letters go unanswered. Calls fade into silence. And one tragic morning, he takes his own life. The memory ends in heartbreak. Back in the present, we see Ju visiting Kang-soo. Her hands tremble as she finally confesses, "I'm dating Suho." Her voice cracks as tears roll down her face. "I didn't tell you earlier because you like him too." She breaks down, guilt consuming her. Kang-soo stares at her for a long moment. Then she smiles faintly and says, "It's okay. It's not your fault. Suho likes you too." She pulls Ju into a gentle hug, but behind her soft smile lies a storm of jealousy. Deep down, Kang-soo's heart burns with envy. When Ju returns home, Jin rushes to her, breathless. "Suho and Han, they've been in an accident." Ju's face turns pale. Without a word, she grabs her coat and races out the door. At that same moment, Suho's father is meeting his manager. The man trembles as he confesses, "Sir, I was the one who spread those false rumors about Seon. I only did it to hide your affair, and I'm also the one who leaked Seon's song." Suho's father is stunned. His eyes widen, his voice shaking with fury. "Do you realize what you've done?" he shouts. An innocent boy lost his life because of your lies? The manager lowers his head in shame and silence fills the room. Meanwhile, Ju rushes into the hospital. Her eyes are wet with tears as she enters a dim room where someone lies unconscious. She mistakes Han for Soo-ho, and through sobs, she whispers apologies, unaware that it's not her boyfriend lying there. Just then, Soo-ho enters. Han opens his eyes slightly and asks, "Who are you?" Ju, embarrassed and without makeup, hides her face. Soo-ho quickly says, "She's my sister." Han frowns, confused. "You never told me you had a sister." Soo-ho hesitates, then says, "Actually, she's my cousin." Later, Ju sits quietly by Soo-ho's side, her heart heavy but relieved he's safe. The next day at school, Kang-soo approaches her with a friendly smile. "Let's study together," she says. But Ju shakes her head. "I can't. Soo-ho had an accident last night." Kang-soo freezes, her smile fading. "What? Why didn't you tell me sooner?" she asks, her voice trembling between concern and resentment. Then a new character enters, Hae-min, a girl from Ju's old school. She spots Ju across the hallway, her eyes narrowing in recognition. Later, as Hae-min walks home, she runs into Seo-mi, a notorious bully. Seo-mi smirks and warns her, "Find out if Han is Kim Ju's boyfriend. If you don't, we'll start bullying you again, just like before." Hae-min lowers her eyes, trapped once again in fear. At the hospital, Kang-soo visits Soo-ho. Han, sitting nearby, looks up and asks, "Why did you come alone? Isn't Ju your best friend?" Kang-soo forces a small laugh. "She's busy with work," she lies softly. "She couldn't come." Meanwhile, at a cozy cafe across town, Jin and Teacher Moon sit together, unaware that this is the very cafe where Ju works. The moment Teacher Moon spots her, he panics and smears cake on his face to hide. Jin laughs in disbelief. "I didn't even know Ju worked here." "But why are you hiding from her?" Teacher Moon whispers, "Because I don't want Ju to know that her class teacher is her sister's boyfriend." Back at the hospital, Ju visits Soo-ho again, bringing him comic books. She sits beside him, smiling shyly. One book slips and falls, and as she bends to pick it up, her hair gets caught on Soo-ho's shirt button. They freeze, inches apart, when suddenly Ju's brother enters with food. Seeing them so close, he misunderstands everything. His face reddens with anger and embarrassment, and he storms out. Moments later, Han's friends arrive to visit. Soo-ho quickly hides Ju under the blanket, whispering, "Don't move." The friends start teasing, trying to pull the blanket off, but Soo-ho holds it down firmly. Laughter fills the room, but tension lingers underneath. Elsewhere, Ju-hee visits her brother. When Ju-hee calls out, "Brother!" Ju's brother's eyes widen in shock. Then, realizing the connection, he bursts into a goofy grin. Han laughs softly and says, "Ju's brother is here." Later that evening, Ju gets ready to leave the hospital. Before she goes, she playfully writes something on Han's palm, a small teasing note, and waves goodbye with a mischievous smile. Meanwhile, on a nearby street, Ju's brother spots Jin with Teacher Moon, but from his angle, he can't see the teacher's face. Suspicious, he asks Jin, "Who's that? Is he your boyfriend?" Jin blushes but refuses to answer. At school, Hae-min secretly snaps photos of Ju on her phone, but Kang-soo catches her. She glances at Hae-min's screen and sees all the pictures of Ju. A strange look crosses Kang-soo's face. Back in the hospital, Soo-ho's father visits his son. Soo-ho looks at him coldly and says, "I always blamed myself for Se-yeon's death because I didn't answer his last call." His voice trembles. "But now, I blame you for Mom's death too." His father looks crushed and finally reveals the truth. It was his manager who spread the lies, who caused Se-yeon's downfall. Outside the room, Ju and Han overhear everything. Their hearts ache as Soo-ho breaks down inside. Suddenly, his breathing quickens. His hands tremble. The doctor rushes in. "He's having a panic attack from severe stress." Later, Han visits him again, guilt heavy in his eyes. "I'm sorry," he says softly. "I know now that neither you nor your father were to blame for Se-yeon's death." The next morning, breaking news flashes across TV screens. Soo-ho's father has resigned from his company. The entertainment industry is in shock. Even Kang-soo, watching from her room, gasps. Without wasting a second, she rushes to the hospital to tell Soo-ho. When she reaches him, she sees Soo-ho together with Ju. Seeing them both together makes her extremely angry, and she leaves in frustration. Soo-ho and Han stand silently before Se-yeon's grave. The air is heavy with grief, and the sky seems to mourn with them. Soo-ho gently places a folded letter into Han's hands, a letter that Se-yeon had written for him before his tragic death. As Han unfolds the paper and begins to read, his eyes fill with tears. Every word pierces his heart, a reminder of the friendship and music they once shared. As the two sit quietly, reminiscing about their lost friend, a car passes by. A man from the window throws a cigarette at Han, sparking a heated confrontation. Suddenly, several thugs step out of the vehicle, their eyes burning with menace. Han immediately grabs Suho, whose body is still weak, and starts running. But the ground is slippery and both of them tumble into the mud. The thugs laugh cruelly before finally driving away, leaving the two covered in dirt but alive. They get up, exhausted, and drive away together, bruised but safe. Later that evening, they share dinner at home. Suho's phone rings. It's a video call from Ju. His face softens as they talk, her voice bringing him comfort. But when he returns to his room afterward, he finds the door locked from the inside. Han refuses to answer. Suho knocks repeatedly, but Han, still overwhelmed with emotion, ignores him and eventually falls asleep. The next morning, Suho arrives at Ju's house to pick her up. Ju's face lights up with happiness at the sight of him. Together, they walk to school, laughing softly, unaware of the storm waiting for them. At school, Kang-soo approaches a girl named Hee-min. She recently discovered that Hee-min used to study at Youngpai High, the same school Ju attended before. Kang-soo eagerly introduces her to Ju. But the moment Ju's eyes meet Hee-min's, her smile fades. Memories of the bullying, the humiliation, and the fear from her past rush back like a wave. Without saying a word, Ju turns away and walks off, leaving both girls stunned. Later in class, Lee excitedly runs up to Ju and says, "I uploaded your photo to the online queen competition. You're in second place." Ju forces a smile, but when Lee shows her the picture of the girl in first place, Seo-mi, Ju freezes. Her heart skips a beat. Seo-mi was one of her tormentors at her old school. Fear creeps in as she whispers, "Delete the photo, please." But Lee shakes her head. "No way, you might win." During lunch, Ju notices Kang-soo sitting with Hee-min. The sight makes her uneasy. What if Hee-min tells Kang-soo about her past? Unable to bear it, Ju stands up and leaves. Kang-soo watches her go, a faint smirk curling on her lips. Deep down, she's pleased to see Ju uncomfortable. That evening, Ju visits the comic shop, still lost in worry. Suho arrives, his warm presence melting her anxiety for a moment. Smiling shyly, she gives him several small gifts she bought with her first salary. Suho's heart softens. Her thoughtfulness always touches him. Meanwhile, Han learns that Ju has now climbed to second place in the online queen competition. The next day, Ju walks into school and is met with chaos. Lee rushes toward her, screaming with excitement. "You did it! You're number one now. You're the school's queen." Ju's heart drops. Now everyone is looking at her. Students from other classes and even teachers come by to see the new online queen. She forces a smile for the cameras, but inside, she's trembling. If Seo-mi recognizes her, everything could collapse. Elsewhere, Ju-hee gently tells Ju's brother, "I know you like me, but I also know you're Ju's brother, so we can only be friends." His face falls and silence lingers between them. Back at school, Seo-mi fumes upon hearing she's fallen to second place. Her pride is wounded. Later that day, Ju walks home with Kang-soo. Suddenly, Seo-mi appears in front of them. Ju freezes. Her pulse quickens. Kang-soo immediately notices her fear. Seo-mi approaches with a sly smile, trying to talk, but Ju turns away and walks off without a word. Watching this, Seo-mi and her friend spot Hee-min nearby. They rush to her and begin bullying her just like before. Kang-soo and Ju see it happening, and without hesitation, they run to help. Ju grabs Hee-min's hand and pulls her away, while Kang-soo stays behind to confront Seo-mi. Later, Hee-min tearfully thanks Ju. "I won't tell anyone about your past," she promises softly. But Ju, still overwhelmed, says nothing and storms off. The next day, the school buzzes with excitement. Ju's official photo shoot for the online queen title is taking place. Cameras flash, students cheer, but Ju feels suffocated. Every click of the camera feels like exposure, like the truth might burst out any second. Meanwhile, Kang-soo convinces Seo-mi to send her unflattering pictures of Ju without makeup. On her way home, Ju accidentally bumps into Seo-mi. Her necklace, the one Suho gave her, slips off and falls to the ground. Kang-soo quietly picks it up and hides it in her pocket, her eyes dark with jealousy. At school the next day, Ju realizes her necklace is missing. Panic spreads through her. Suho notices her distress and joins her in searching for it. Han also arrives to help, but when Ju tells him, "It's the necklace Suho gave me," Han's face hardens. Without a word, he turns and walks away. Outside, Suho continues looking. That's when Kang-soo appears, holding the necklace. "Are you looking for this?" she asks. Suho sighs with relief until she smirks and throws it into a fire. Flames swallow the necklace as Suho shouts, "Why did you do that?" Tears fill Kang-soo's eyes as she blurts, "Because I like you. Leave Ju. She doesn't deserve you." Suho stares at her, pained. "I'll never leave her," he says quietly before walking away. Later that evening, Han waits outside the school for Ju. She's still inside, searching desperately. Just then, Suho arrives. He gently places an identical necklace inside a flower pot. "Look there," he says with a smile. Ju gasps with joy when she finds it. Han watches from a distance, unseen. He takes a step forward, but when he sees Suho helping Ju put on the necklace, he stops. The ache in his heart too heavy to move. Suddenly, the watchman appears and Ju and Suho rush to hide, ducking into an empty classroom. But fate plays a cruel trick. Inside, they find Ju's sister and teacher Moon hiding as well. Shock flashes across Ju's face. "You shouldn't be dating our teacher," she says to her sister, her voice trembling. "If anyone at school finds out, I won't forgive you." Meanwhile, Kang-soo meets Seo-mi once more. Seo-mi demands Ju's home address, and Kang-soo gives it to her. That evening, Seo-mi walks toward Ju's house, her eyes filled with malice. Han spots her. "What are you doing here?" he asks sternly. Seo-mi smirks and says, "I just came to see Ju." "You should know she's a liar." She shows him the secret pictures of Ju without makeup. Han's eyes flare with anger. He grabs her phone and smashes it to the ground. "Don't ever show your face here again," he warns, his voice cold and fierce. Outside Ju's house, Suho arrives to drop her home safely. The night is quiet. He looks at her tenderly, unaware of the danger slowly closing in. Ju arriving at school the next day and seeing posters of herself everywhere because she has become the school's beauty queen. However, as she walks towards her class, she notices some students giving her strange looks. When she enters the class, Lee shows her some videos and pictures on her phone. These included videos of her being bullied at her previous school and some photos of her with Suho. Lee asks Ju, "Is this really you?" All the students in the class start laughing at Ju and making fun of her. Ju starts crying and tries to leave. She bumps into a boy and falls. Suho then arrives and tries to talk to Ju, but Ju runs away. Outside, when Han sees her running, he thinks Ju must have fought with Suho again. Then, Han's friend comes and shows him Ju's video. Seeing all this, Han also gets worried for Ju. Suho is looking for Ju everywhere, but Ju boards a bus and leaves. When Ju's brother finds out about this, he gets into a fight with some boys who were speaking ill of Ju. In class, when teacher Moon finds out that Ju hasn't come to school, he thinks she might be absent because of him, as he is dating Ju's sister. He assumes Ju might be feeling uncomfortable coming to school. Suho keeps calling Ju, but she doesn't answer his calls. Next, we see Han at Ju's previous school. He meets Seo-mi and asks her to delete the video from the school community, as he suspects she uploaded it. But Seo-mi denies uploading the video. She only tells him that the video was uploaded by a student from his school, and they seem to already know Ju's secret. Now we see Suho has come to Ju's house, but Ju's mom tells him that Ju is not home. While cleaning Ju's room, her mom finds a registration card for a makeup academy. Seeing this, she gets very angry, thinking Ju is skipping her studies to become a makeup artist. Next, Han finds out that Kang-soo uploaded the video. He takes her outside the classroom and asks her to delete the video, but Kang-soo refuses. Han tells her, "What will Suho think of you when he finds out? You're only hurting yourself by doing this." That night, when Ju arrives home, Suho is there and wants to talk to her, but Ju avoids him and goes inside. When Ju is home, her mom starts scolding her about the makeup academy, but Ju cries and goes to her room. Next, we see teacher Moon is emotional and tells Jin, "We should break up because Ju is very upset because of our relationship and isn't coming to school." He also says to Jin, "But I will definitely meet you again and I will fall in love with you again." Hearing this, Jin finds it strange and wonders who breaks up over such a small matter. The next day, Ju is still absent. Teacher Moon knows about this and the principal asks him to meet with Ju's parents. We see Han and Suho are removing Ju's posters at school because people had written nasty things about Ju on them. Now, Teacher Moon is explaining to all the students in the class that no one should have behaved this way towards Ju. No one should make fun of Ju's face, and he emphasizes how bad she must be feeling. Han's friend comes and tells him, "I have found the administrator who can delete Ju's video from the school community." And he also tells him that the administrator is a girl. Han goes to meet the girl and sees Ju-hee fighting with her. Han tells the girl, "You have to delete Ju's video instantly." Suho comes to Ju's house again and brings food for her, but Ju's brother refuses to let him meet Ju because Ju has locked herself in her room and isn't talking to anyone. At school, teacher Moon is telling Ju's mom everything and showing her Ju's video, explaining how she was bullied in school. Ju's mom is very saddened by this because she had no idea this was happening. Ju comes to meet Kang-soo and asks her, "Did you upload that video?" Because you were the only one who knew my secret. Kang-soo admits, yes, I uploaded that video. Ju starts crying and tells her, I thought you were my best friend. Now, when Ju returns home, her mom apologizes to her and hugs her. She tells her, I haven't always behaved well with you, and I haven't tried to understand you. Jin also advises Ju that she shouldn't be afraid of anyone and should always be confident. Next, we see Ju is sitting upset at the comic shop. Soo-ho arrives, happy to see her. He tries to make her laugh and takes her out to cheer her up. He tells her, you shouldn't run away from people and you should accept your real face because you look good just the way you are. We see a boy asking Jin to take her out for dinner, but Teacher Moon is standing nearby and sees everything. Jin notices him and deliberately gets into the boy's car. Seeing this, Teacher Moon becomes sad. Now, Soo-ho drops Ju home. As he is leaving, he gets a call from his dad. His dad tells Soo-ho that he is going to America for a few days. Soo-ho's behavior towards his dad has improved, and his dad is very happy about this. He tells Soo-ho, when I return home, we will have dinner together at a nice hotel. The next day, Ju has come to school. She is very confident, and everyone is surprised to see her. They are all calling her strong and are talking to her properly. But Lee is still mad at her and angrily leaves the class. Ju follows her, but on the way, some girls stop Ju and tell her, Soo-ho will never date an ugly girl like you. Hearing their words, Ju confidently tells everyone, I am really dating Soo-ho. She then tells the girls off, saying they are the kind of people who judge others based on their looks. Just then, Soo-ho arrives. Seeing Ju so confident, he is very happy and hugs Ju in front of everyone. Everyone is shocked to see this. Now, Ju and Soo-ho arrive at class together. Kang-soo is completely shocked to see Ju, unable to believe she returned to school after all the drama. Kang-soo confronts Ju, asking her what she hopes to gain by showing up and what she thinks of herself. Just then, Lee arrives. Having discovered that Kang-soo uploaded Ju's video, Lee ends their friendship and storms off. Ju chases after her, apologizing profusely and begging for reconciliation. Meanwhile, Soo-ho talks to Kang-soo, insisting that her spiteful behavior is not her true self, and urging her to apologize to Ju before it's too late. Kang-soo refuses. Outside school, Han is sitting alone. He kicks a can, which accidentally hits Ju's brother on the head. Han apologizes, but Ju's brother hugs him and cries. He reveals that he rejected him, but he feels relieved because he finally confessed his feelings and can now move on. This confession makes Han realize that he too should confess his feelings to Ju. We see Ju sleeping in class. Han arrives, sits next to her, and watches her, reminiscing about their shared moments. He tells her, you look good even without makeup. Ju and Lee are hanging out when they spot Seo-mi and her friends bullying Hyemin again. Ju and Lee rush over to defend her, and a confrontation breaks out. Han's friend eventually intervenes to stop the fight. Later, the three girls have dinner, and Hyemin officially becomes friends with Ju and Lee. The next day, Ju is cleaning her mom's beauty parlor and discovers a makeup box, her mom's way of agreeing to her makeup academy admission. Teacher Moon has had too much to drink. Jin arrives, and his drunken ramblings make her laugh. As Jin drives him away, she sees a thief running, whom she stops. The people chasing the thief turn out to be Jin's parents. When Teacher Moon gets out of the car, Jin's parents realize that Jin is dating him. Han and Soo-ho are wrestling. Soo-ho wins and forces Han to perform a song on stage in front of everyone as his forfeit. Later, while having dinner, Han suddenly says plans to confess his feelings to Ju. The next day, everyone in class knows that Kang-soo uploaded Ju's video, and she faces intense criticism. Distressed, Kang-soo tries to leave the class. Ju follows her and assures her, I forgive you. We can be friends again. But Kang-soo harshly rejects her, saying, we can never be friends, and walks away. Ju is heartbroken, and Kang-soo cries later. Overwhelmed by guilt, Soo-ho and Ju go on a trip to the beach and enjoy a beautiful time together. Meanwhile, Jin visits Han at his job and shows him his viral singing video. She encourages him to start singing again, as it was Se-yeon's dream for him. Han then receives a frantic call from America. Soo-ho's father has collapsed and is in the hospital. Han tries to call Soo-ho, but he left his phone at home. Han finds out from Ju's friend that they are at the beach. Han rushes to the beach to deliver the news. Soo-ho is devastated and must leave immediately for a flight. He tells Han, you have to take good care of Ju, and departs. We fast forward 2 years. Ju is with her friends at a restaurant and is heavily intoxicated. Han arrives to help her, but Ju passes out, resting her head on his shoulder, mistaking him for Soo-ho. Soo-ho is with his father, whose condition has improved. He is planning his return to Korea and tells Ju he will be on a flight tomorrow. Ju is thrilled. However, the next day, as Soo-ho is leaving, his father's health suddenly worsens. The doctor reports his condition is critical, with a risk of falling into a coma. Suho's trip is canceled. Ju waits for him at the airport for hours, becoming deeply upset when he never arrives. The next day, Li tells Ju that Kang-soo has left school and gone abroad to study. Ju is later home studying when she experiences a severe stomachache. Her mom rushes her to the hospital. Suho calls and Ju's mom tells him about Ju's condition. Suho is instantly worried, believing Ju's stress is his fault. Ju has returned home and is feeling better. Suho calls her and says, "I know you're stressed because of me and I'm not with you during this tough time. I think it will take me a long time to return from America, and maybe I might never return. I think we should break up." Ju cries, pleading with him not to break up over this distance. Suho tells her, "You need to focus on your studies and your career now," and then hangs up. Ju is left sobbing uncontrollably, and Suho is also heartbroken and crying alone. In the next scene, Ju is passing by the comic book store when she sees the owner replacing all the old furniture. A particular chair reminds her of Suho, who used to sit there. Ju enters the store and sees something Suho wrote on the wall for her, which reveals to her that he was the boy she used to meet at the store when they were children. That very wall, there was once a note written, a promise that when the first snowfall of the year arrived, they would both go to Namsan Tower and make a wish together. Time passes, and Ju finally graduates from school. But even after all this time, she still keeps in touch with Suho through messages. She often updates him about her life, her struggles, her small joys, everything. In one of her messages, she writes to him, "I'm finally moving on." In the next scene, we see that Ju has now become a makeup artist for a famous model named Julia. Julia is bright, confident, and charming, but she secretly likes Han. She already knows that Han is Ju's close friend, which is why she constantly teases Ju, asking, "Come on, when will you introduce me to Han?" Ju messages Han about Julia, but Han refuses to meet her. Julia snatches Ju's phone and reads Han's message, where he wrote that he would never meet a girl like her. Julia spills coffee on herself but blames Ju for it. We see the scene again where Ju had too much to drink. Han arrives and Ju repeatedly tells him that he should meet Julia because she is bothering her a lot. Han starts taking Ju home, but she keeps urging him to meet Julia. Han tells her, "Don't force me to meet that girl. Don't you know that I only have feelings for you?" Ju stops walking, surprised. The next morning, when Ju comes out of her room, she sees Han at her house. Her family tells her she was drunk last night and Han brought her home, but Ju doesn't clearly remember what happened. While everyone is having breakfast, Han announces that he is going to debut his new song and become a singer. As Han is leaving, he asks Ju, "Do you remember anything about what happened between us last night?" Ju says, "Nothing happened between us." Han tells her that he confessed his feelings to her last night. Ju is shocked. Later, when Ju is at her job, Han messages her, asking to meet. Next, we see Kang-soo has returned to Korea. She sees Ju and follows her, but she bumps into someone, and by then, Ju has left. Han has called Ju to meet, and he confesses his feelings to her again. He says that he wants to be with her so much that he asks her to go on 3 blind dates with him. Ju returns home and starts thinking about Suho. Ju is outside her house and sees that the first snowfall of the year is about to happen. She remembers Suho's note on the wall about going to Namsan on the first snowfall to make a wish. Ju rushes to the tower. When she arrives, she sees a man, but it's not Suho. Ju stays there for a while, but as she is leaving, she remembers she forgot her purse. When she goes back to retrieve it, she finds Suho there. Ju is shocked to see him. Suho has returned to Korea and came to this place first. Suho tells her, "I missed you so much." Ju says, "Why are you here? You broke up with me. You shouldn't be here." She walks away angrily, but then she starts feeling sick. Suho takes her to the hospital. The doctor says Ju only has constipation. Ju is very embarrassed in front of Suho and quickly sneaks out of the hospital. Han also finds out that Suho has returned to Korea and is very happy about it. Suho tells Han that he has already met Ju. The next day, when Ju is going to her job, Suho arrives. He tries to win her over, but Ju is still mad at him. She gets into a taxi and leaves. When she is at the salon, Suho shows up there too. Ju tells him to leave, but he refuses. When Ju finishes her work and is about to leave, she sees Han waiting for her outside. Han asks her to go out with him. Suho finds out that Ju has left the salon. Han takes Ju ice skating. They skate together and have a lot of fun. On the other side, we see Suho at the comic store. He sees the writing Ju left for him on the wall, saying that Suho broke up with her over such a small thing. Suho laughs after reading this. Now, Han is walking Ju home. He hugs her, and just then, Suho sees them. When Han is leaving, Suho comes up to him and asks, "Do you still like Ju?" Han says they are dating each other, but then tells Suho he was just joking and that nothing like that is happening. Ju is at home thinking about both Han and Suho. Who is she going to choose? If you were Ju, which one would you pick for her? The next day, Ju goes to Han's studio to meet him. She tells him, I want to tell you something. Han tells her that Suho is going back to America, and she should stop him from leaving. He sends Ju away. Ju arrives at Suho's house and is crying. She tells Suho, please don't go back. Suho says, I'm not going back. He lied to you. Han returns home and cries a lot because it wasn't easy for him to let Ju go. Suho is taking Ju home, and he tells her that he has liked her since childhood and that they used to meet at the comic shop. Ju tells him that she already knows that. The next day, Ju goes to meet Han. Ju apologizes to Han and tells him that she respects his feelings. Han also apologizes to Jo and says that he complicated things, but he can now move on with his life because he will be very busy and will focus on his career. In the next scene, we see Ju and Suho at Ju's house. We find out that Teacher Moon and Jin are getting married. They all have dinner together. Next, we see Ju with Julia. Ju is giving Julia food, but Julia doesn't like the dish and starts insulting her. But Ju doesn't stay silent and talks back to her. Just then, Julia's assistant behaves rudely with Ju. A girl comes and kicks the assistant in the face. This girl is none other than Kang-soo. We see Ju and Kang-soo together. Kang-soo apologizes to Ju, saying she is very sorry for everything she did. They become friends again. Next, Ju and Li Li go shopping. When they are at home, Li Li finds out that Suho and her boyfriend went to the wrong place to hang out. They both rush there. When they arrive, Ju sees that Suho had too much to drink. Ju takes Suho to his house. When she is about to leave, Suho makes her lie down next to him. Ju falls asleep. After sleeping for a while, Ju tries to leave, but Suho stops her because it's too late. The next day, Suho prepares breakfast for Ju. In the next scene, Teacher Moon and Jin are getting married. We find out that Ju's brother and Ju-hee are also dating each other. Kang-soo also attends. Kang-soo apologizes to Li-li as well. Li-li hugs Kang-soo, and they also become friends again. Ju is doing her sister's makeup. When Jin is about to go on stage, her wedding ring gets stuck in her hand. Ju's dad tries to pull it out, but when it comes off, it falls under the table. Jin tries to get the ring, but her head gets stuck in the table. However, Jin has to go on stage with the table stuck to her head. Everyone enjoys the wedding. A few days later, Han is performing his first song. Ju and Suho are very happy for him. In the next scene, we see Ju and Suho at the comic shop. They are reading a comic book together. So friends, this drama has a happy ending here. If you love stories, click the video on the right, and if you enjoy crime or revenge dramas, click the one on the left. Don't forget to like, comment which character you loved, and subscribe for more amazing recaps.